Hey, what's up, guys? I was tagged to do a video talking about hobbies. More specifically, what hobbies you may want to do but can't for whatever reason, and to elaborate on that. So, for me, the first thing I have to do is I have to start off by telling you all the hobbies I already have. Now, I know I'm missing a bunch, okay? I'm sure maybe some of you can point out which ones, but here's a list of hobbies that I currently enjoy. Number one, YouTube. YouTube is my biggest hobby, hands down. It's a place for me to share all my other hobbies. Besides that, I obviously do knife collecting and everything that's involved with that, as well as knife using, knife testing, hot sauce, barrel song flipping, Zippo collecting, Zippo tricks, fire making, gun collecting, target shooting, gardening, pipe smoking, cigar smoking, straight razor shaving, cooking, of course, baking occasionally, but more so just cooking, flashlight collecting, camping, fishing, hiking, but with the caveat of short hikes. I don't do like really long 10, 15-mile hikes, maybe eventually, but right now I can't physically do that. Working on the goal of going farther and farther. Outdoor slash military gear, buying, collecting, selling, trading, the whole thing. Just love any kind of gear, any kind of man toy, any kind of gadget. Love it all. Anything to have to do with the outdoors and or military slash survival, all that kind of stuff. Survival in general, everything around learning how to survive better, in day-to-day life, or for some kind of catastrophe. Bushcraft, prepping, everything that's involved in prepping. There's a lot of subcategories to that. Reading books, more times than not. I really love books, but I love books that are revolving around my hobbies. That's what's most interesting to me. Although lately I'm starting to branch out into actual like storybooks, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. I'm leaning a little bit more towards historical books. I like some of the big classics that I've never read before, and I do like learning a little bit more about history these days. It's just fascinating. Knife sharpening, coffee, tea, and espresso, everything about it, where it comes from, trying different kinds, all that kind of stuff. Precious metals, both investing as well as collecting. Lockpicking, magic, metal detecting, nature walking, and nature watching. Just hanging outside, looking at the deer, the birds, everything like that. Trying to learn more about it, understand what they're doing out there, and it's just beautiful. Um, Photography, multi-tools, charity work, paracord projects. Let's see. Decorating. Yes, I'm not afraid to admit I love decorating. Not for other people, not for fun, just for my own house. I like making the decor look better. Whiskey, chocolate, vaping, exercising. The list honestly goes on and on and on. Some of these things I'm very much more involved with than others. For example, like whiskey. Whiskey, I love learning about it. I want to say, maybe like a 4 month span where I was so into just learning about different types of whiskeys and wanting to try a bunch of different whiskey. Never really wanted to get drunk, just wanted to experience the whole thing. And some of these things, they fade in, they fade out. They fade in, they fade out. I haven't cared about whiskey since last Christmas, really. Don't really think about it. Don't have money to go out and try different things. Don't have the means to do that. Um, there's no time or money to do all of this at once. Things, they come and they go. The biggest things obviously are knives. Knives and anything revolving around knives are something that's constant, that never goes away, never fades in and out. That's always very much present in my life. But these days, much more using and testing, as far as compared to like collecting. Now, besides that, sports, NASCAR and football are pretty much the only sports that I regularly follow. NASCAR even more so than football these days, but I still love my football, love my New York Giants. I don't care if they suck. That's my team. Always will be. Um, Now, these are the hobbies that I would like to do, and I'll tell you why I don't. The first thing, though, I'm going to talk about is geocaching. Geocaching is something I recently learned a little bit more about. I knew about it, didn't really care. And then I met up with a couple YouTubers, and this guy Warren was talking about his stuff, and it was really fascinating. It really kind of sparked that interest for me. Um, I love the idea of doing it. I don't know if I'll have time in the future. It would take away from other things I want to do, but it's still very much a strong interest, and I would love to make time for it sometime. Beside with geocaching would probably come metal detecting. I would like to maybe do a little bit more of that as well. Besides that, travel. I would love to travel more. I can't travel just because of money and time. That's both, it's a double whammy there. Don't have the money to just travel. I don't really necessarily want to travel all around the world. I'd like to try different countries, but before I even did any of that, I'd really want to explore more of America. explore different states I've never been in, different cities, different countrysides. Take all the scenic routes and stuff like that. Just little mom and pop shops here and there, little diners and restaurants, and all that kind of stuff. There's so much to do in America alone. I can do that for the rest of my life and still not begin to indulge in what's here to offer. But yeah, sure, there's other countries I love to travel to as well, but there's no money to do it, and there's certainly no time. So I don't know if that's something that'll ever happen. Maybe in my older years, who knows? Besides that, cars. I love cars. I really, really do, and I want to learn more about cars. I've always been interested. Obviously, like old cool muscle cars and stuff like that is interesting to me, but I want to like know everything there is to know about it. It's very fascinating, but I don't have the time, and I definitely don't have the money to invest in something like that, like getting into collecting different types of cool cars. And I would love to do it. Honestly, that's one thing that I always want to do ever since I was a little kid. I think every man just has that in them. They like cars in general, some more than others, but every guy can pretty much appreciate a cool car, period. And I would love nothing more than to do one project after another, buy these beat up old muscle cars and just fix them up, and enjoy them and sell them and take that money and start new projects. But just don't have time and money to do it. Maybe in the future, who knows? Besides that, here's an odd one. Stocks. I was always fascinated in the stock market. I would love nothing more than to learn more about the stock market and invest in different types of stocks, real estate as well, but no time and definitely no money for that. And the last one would be off-roading. Trucks and off-roading, I think, is a blast. I had some friends in high school that did some off-roading. Yes, I'll have some story time videos on that, but I have a backlog of story time videos to do, so I know you guys enjoy those as well. But yeah, just it's fun. It's fun. Big old cool trucks with big old tires and just going out and mudding and climbing mountains and just going through the woods. I would love nothing more than to do that. That'd be a blast. Just wanted to do this tag video, talk about my hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies that I do that I'm honestly can't even remember. It's not that I don't like them. It's just I have too many hobbies. And I'm sure I'm leaving out stuff that I've been interested in. It's just the last 5 minutes of thinking. This is what I came up with. But that's what it is. I would love video responses. I would love comments. What are your hobbies? What are hobbies that you really want to do but you can't afford? Now, I understand that pretty much any hobby, there's some form of it you can do. You don't necessarily need money. You can learn for free. I'm into cars. I can learn about cars for free all day long. I just don't necessarily have the time to do that. I have so much on my plate right now. But anything, any kind of hobby, even like, you may say, I love knives, but I can't afford the expensive ones. You can learn about them. You can save up. You want to get one expensive knife, just keep saving and saving and sacrifice some other things in your life, and you can get it. You can really accomplish anything, and if you want certain things in life, you really can get them. It's just a matter of how much you're going to work for it and how much you're going to sacrifice for it. Sure, we all want the $1 million car, or the $400,000 car that's just one of a kind, and doesn't seem very logical. You could spend 40 years saving for it, but who's going to do that? But yeah, any hobby out there, any hobby, you can at least learn about it and enjoy other people's experiences without having to spend a penny. So education is the best thing because education is free. All it takes is your concentration and a little bit of time. So anyway, that's it. I'd love to hear about your hobbies. Let me know all about what you do, what you like to do, and what you want to do but can't. So comment section down below for the comments. Please feel free to fill it up. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Take care.